Hey, the summer is not quite over yet. I don't know. I think the summer is still hanging around. Welcome to the Superpilotish channel. My name's Graham Wilson, and today in my basement, I'm going to be talking to you about how to start your barbecue. Gentlemen, start your barbecues. Yeah, so I was thinking, hey, let's just see what's going on. Uh, in the garage yesterday hanging around, and then my neighbor Travis showed up, and because we here at the Super Pilotish channel, I do take requests, and he says, hey man, I got an idea for you. Why don't you talk about barbecues and that thing over there? Well, that thing over there was this little guy here. I made this a few years ago, and this is oh, hey Wrench, I see you in the chat. This Today's chat's going to be a little bit different. I don't have the whole StreamYard thing where I bring up all the comments, but we'll make do. Yeah, so this was hanging up in the garage, and I haven't used it in a while. So you might think, what is this weird can? It's well, it started off as a coffee can, and then I drilled some holes in it. You can see the holes that were kind of randomly drilled in, and then you can see on the bottom I drilled some more holes, but it wasn't enough, so I took a hammer and bashed in a few big ones, and that really got it going. So this is to start your barbecue if you don't have your lighter fluid around. So oh, hey Dan, see you here too. And yeah, so I mean, if you're a little bit of a barbecue snob like myself, you oh, I have to have the charcoal barbecue. Well, yeah, I'm a bit of a snob that way. I don't know. I think it just tastes a little bit better. It's got that kind of campfire, that wood flavor to it, and makes the steak taste great. So, yeah, I generally don't use this too much anymore because, well, okay, the whole story behind this weird thing is that okay, I was thinking, okay, how can I have like barbecue? The charcoal is pretty. I don't know. I guess it's more expensive than propane, but propane and propane products. But I was like, okay, how can I save some money? Because and then I want to be like a real snob and not have lighter fluid taste on my steak. Oh no. So I saw these things that you could buy. It's kind of like a metal what do they call it? It's like a chimney, barbecue chimney, something. Anyways, it was just this can with some holes in it, and it was like, I don't know, $20 or whatever it was at the store. And I'm like, oh, I could make one of those. Of course, it always takes you like hours and hours and stuff to make things. Oh, I'll save $5, but it takes like 4 hours to make it, and then it doesn't work. But there's a certain amount of pride in like getting rusty old stuff to work. So yeah, and then so the way you do that is you stick a bunch of newspaper in it, then you put your charcoal on it. You light up the light it from the bottom over here, and then it just kind of burns, and then your charcoal gets kind of hot, and then you dump that into your charcoal barbecue, and there you go, you start it up. So it takes a little while, and I'll just kind of this is like I am kind of proud of this actually, because it's like, okay, this was a standard metal coffee can. Like I said, drilled a whole bunch of stuff in there, and then so the only thing I think I bought some pieces with threaded rod here. One, two, or actually, it was a chunk of threaded rod. Then I cut it, and then what else do I got? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So I got eight nuts and eight washers on there, and this interesting handle. Is like, oh, I'm gonna save like lots of money here, and I got that was off a branch of a cedar tree in the backyard at the old house. So I just peeled off the well, I cut myself a little part of the cedar branch, and I just peeled off the bark, and there we go. So there we go, cedar, and that then it won't rot. That was my thinking. So cedar is pretty good for fences and decks and stuff like that. There we go, and that's how you'd start things up. And I see none of your business is in here too. Great. And okay, so what I was going to show you too is exactly how to do this. So the other tip there, oh, for your charcoal barbecue is okay, if you are going to be starting a fire, your regular newsprint works best. If you have like flyers that come in the mail, they can be kind of waxy or plasticky almost. That stuff doesn't burn too much. It's like the old school black and white newspaper. That is the stuff that burns the best. And you learn that as a kid when you're playing with matches. So, anyways, well, let's see what we got here. This was I don't subscribe to the newspaper, but we get these flyers every week. And then that tells us what's on sale and what's cheap. Yeah. So this weekend we got pea meal bacon on sale for $2.99 a pound. And then we got spaghetti noodle packages that's on sale for $1.25. You've seen how expensive noodles have gotten? It's crazy. I went to where we go? Went to the Food Basics. That's kind of like the discount grocery store around here. And it was like $2.29 for a pack of spaghetti, 900 grams. I don't know what that is in pounds, half a pound, maybe something like that. And so just your standard spaghetti pack, $2.29. I'm like, that's crap. I remember just a few years ago, he was on sale for 88 cents. So there's your inflation kicking in. Well, let's see what's in the news here. And then I did take I'm going to pretend to be surprised about this. So advocates bring hope for healing health. Okay. It's like suicide awareness. Okay. Well, hopefully the people feel better. What else is here on the front page? Local event to promote overdose awareness. There we go. So we got suicide. We got overdoses. What else do we got here? Municipal group calls for end to homelessness by 2030. Yeah, there we go. So I guess by 2030, we're going to have no more homelessness, no more overdoses, and no one's going to be taking their lives. That's all good news on the front page. So anyways, here we go. What else we got? We got some stuff, veggies there. Oh, regiment honors bravery of local soldiers at Dieppe. Oh, we got some more death in here. We got some flowers too. Talking about houses, we got some cars. There you go. We're talking about cars. Probably paid advertising there. Oh, it's a car crash. Lamborghini damaged. Workers stabilize a damaged Lamborghini in a tunnel after a crash involving a Ferrari in Beijing in 2015. Australia is implementing new rules for drivers of cars deemed ultra high-powered vehicles. Oh, we got a plane. We got death, destruction, car crashes. Got some horses. Those look cool. Splashing around there. And the water. What else we got here? Survey seeks input to ensure optimal city fire services. Okay, so hey, there we go. Fire safety. Make sure you have a fire extinguisher. I do have a fire extinguisher in the garage where I light my my barbecue up. Okay, enough about this news stuff. This is the news. All the news that's fit to burn. So you get your little can here. And you got your perfect newspaper. You could rip it in half if you want, make it more bite-sized pieces. And I usually kind of crumple it up, not too tight, just a little bit loose. I don't know, as much as you want. The thing is, whenever you're using the charcoal barbecue, it's it takes a little bit of practice. Just like if you're going to learn how to do a campfire, you're not going to get it perfect on the first shot, but eventually you find out what works for you. So there's a couple pages of newsprint. You do that, get some charcoal. There's my charcoal. You stick your charcoal on top. You light it up, you match or whatever, and light it up on the bottom. And you put that on your grill. Wait for that all to go, and then once you see your charcoal starting to turn kind of white, you can dump your charcoal. Hopefully this doesn't click the stream off. Hey, there we go. Dump your charcoal into your barbecue, and away you go. So, yeah, that's the story of that thing. And okay, that's a pretty complicated way of starting a barbecue. Put that on the ground. So usually I just start it with, that's another thing too. Once you get this puppy going over here, it's going to smoke like crazy. It's going to smoke out your neighbors and stuff like that. So it's probably best to do it if you're, I don't know, out camping, or if you got your neighbors are pretty far away. Because if this goes in, someone's got their window open, they'll think their house is on fire or something. It creates a lot of smoke. But this one here, easy, low odor, fire starter, quick start to barbecues and campfires. This is I don't know. You can get this type of stuff anywhere. I got this at Home Hardware, and yeah, and whether you get it there or at Crappy Tire or whatever Home Depot, um, if you don't know how to light a barbecue, there actually is instructions on this. So I didn't even know that until like I don't know. I was barbecuing for years, and I looked at it, and there's like, oh, directions. Who knew? Is there like directions on a can of gasoline telling you to put it in your car? I don't know. But here we go. So according to the pros, the directions for this, and they're super. You got to get your magnifying glass or your old man reading glasses out here. Arrange briquettes in a pyramid at the center of the grill. Squirt the product liberally on cold briquettes. Close bottle after use. Place container away from fire source. Allow to soak charcoal briquettes for a few seconds. Now it says to soak them for a few seconds. I usually soak it for a few minutes, just to get right in there. So you want it to kind of get soak right into the dry charcoal. I think. I disagree with the directions. They're not pros. Light carefully. Okay, don't burn yourself. Allow charcoal briquettes to turn white before broiling food. Make sure ashes are cold before discarding. Never squirt product onto warm or burning briquettes. Now, this is a funny thing that I saw. And it says like warning, don't. So if it's got the fire going, you don't just go and blast it on there. I couldn't believe it when I first started going out with my girlfriend there. She had a charcoal barbecue, and I was like, oh, cool. And so she got it going, and it was like it's all full flames. And she's like, oh, we need to get the flames up there, Britt. And she just takes this and just shoots it right at the flames. I'm like, geez, you're gonna blow yourself up, you know. And she's like, oh, I do this all the time. So I mean, if you do that with gasoline, you will definitely blow yourself up. But this stuff, I've seen it done where you don't. But the thing is, it's really not helpful because it just burns all up before it soaks into the charcoal. So, I mean, it says don't do it. I don't recommend doing it, but I've seen it done. I don't know. Blow yourself up at your own discretion. And so there's that. Another thing too. Oh, I was going to get out the whiteboard here. So if you're totally lost, you forget what happened on the superpilotish channel, just read the directions on the back there. You're pretty cool. But another barbecue tip that I have, I'm going to use this old marker, see if the black is still working on there. Might have to throw it out. My markers are slowly like blowing up and disappearing and stuff like that. Oh, Dustin's in here too. Hi. Okay, so let's take a look at the top of my Weber barbecue. There we go. That's what a barbecue looks like. So, yeah, we're gonna go. Oh, that's another thing too. With the Weber barbecue. Okay, this is gonna be a top view, and we got our grill like this. Okay, so there's your grill like that. And the best way to place this grill, this is like it's like a circle, so you can move it around however you want. The way I put it is you on a Weber or the Weber style barbecue, you'll have a couple wheels. Okay, this is our top view, engineering top view here. So I place it so that the wheels are here, and then there's like one little stick that kind of comes out. And it's kind of like a tripod arrangement, so it'll work nicely on grass. Okay, so here we are. We're looking at the top of it. There's the grill. You're looking at the very bottom on the grass. You got your wheels and one little kind of stick sticking out the front. And I find if you arrange the grill so it's this way, when you're using your little scraper to scrape, you're pushing, and you're pushing all your grease and to clean the grill. You're pushing it all that way and scraping it that way, putting all the force onto the front little tripod thing. That way, if you're going the other way, you'd be, or maybe sideways, you might be tipping it over, or you could be rolling it around the ground on your wheels here. So that's another little tip. Okay, and then we also got okay, so the way that they talk about that, I'm going to change colors here to show my charcoal. Now, some people they like the charcoal briquettes. I like lump charcoal myself because I find that if it's in the barbecue and you got your lump charcoal, when you're done with it, you just shut off the barbecue and it kind of stops burning, and you got some more charcoal left over for the next time. If you use the little briquettes, you can turn everything off, or shut down your air from the bottom and your air on the top of the barbecue, and then but the briquettes they kind of sit there. I don't know, the little square guys, they kind of sit there and burn and burn and burn, and then next time you want to use them, there's no leftovers. It just turns into ashes, kind of thing. So I think it's a little cheaper to use the lump rather than the charcoal briquettes. Okay, so according to this little guy here, they want you to make a pyramid. So here we go. So that's okay. We're not using slave labor for our pyramids here, so it's okay. We're using barbecue guy, super pilotish labor for this. And you're gonna make just kind of make a pile. Okay, I'm gonna make. Here's my pile. Okay, that is exactly what lump charcoal looks like right there. So I usually dump that right in the middle of it, let it soak for a couple minutes. You burn it up. Once the flames disappear and it's starting to turn kind of white, then I do the secret sauce here. So what I do is I take this and I spread them all out like this. Okay, I spread it all out like this, 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 this. So there's a hole in the middle, and you kind of have like a donut effect. So there you go. So you got a hole down here. You're gonna still see the grill. Okay, this is getting pretty complicated for a barbecue. But yeah, so you got your grill in the middle there. And my thinking there is that if you have the air is coming up, it's going to come through here and it's going to burn around here evenly. And if you want something really hot, yeah, right over the coals, you can put it right in the middle. If you want to put some potatoes or something that cooks a little bit longer, you can put those around the edge. And it's not quite as hot. That's my thinking, anyways. All right. Getting all smoked out here from all the thinking about barbecues. Okay, and yeah, so that's kind of what that's what I do, and then put your lid on there and cook it all up. There you go. That's how you light a barbecue. Are you happy, Travis? Okay. Now, yeah, I'll just kind of go through. Yeah, so and there's another little experiment I was doing today. Was yeah, I was trying to do the thumbnail of me, goofy face, super pilotish guy, as my thumbnail for people to click on, and then still use StreamYard because that's used through YouTube. This YouTube stuff it's not just all easy click and plug and play. So I like to experiment live because oh well, I'm not getting paid. I might as well like multitask or something like that. So we're gonna check a few of these questions, few of the comments and questions. I won't be able to bring them up at the bottom here because my StreamYard stuff didn't quite work out, but now I know. And here we go. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Shecky Pavel. Oh man, now I'm used to like clicking these things up here. Shecky was talking about that. This little guy here, it's like a chimney, is what they call it. Yeah, so like, there we go. Thanks for the clarification on that one, Shecky. And what else we got here? Okay, Shecky's saying the gluten-free noodles are $2.99. Would make sense. What else we got? Okay. Okay, Wrench is asking, have you seen the ad for the fire blanket? Looks useful. I have not seen the ad for the fire blanket. I don't know what that is. It sounds like a blanket you put over your fire to put it out. Yeah, like I said, I did. Like I have Got a fire extinguisher out in the garage. I got one over here in the basement because the furnace is over there, and then I got one in the kitchen. So it's good to have fire extinguishers around, and it's one of those things you kind of put off. uh, I don't feel like, it's like, I don't want to spend the money on it and stuff like that. But if you ever talk to anybody that's like had their house burned down, or working on their car or something like that, and it catches on fire because they're messing around with the carburetor and stuff, like the people that didn't have a fire extinguisher, they all say, oh, geez, I wish I would have just had a fire extinguisher. And all the people that did have the fire extinguishers, they're like, oh man, I'm lucky I had the fire extinguisher. So it's like, I haven't needed one ever, but I don't want to be one of those guys going, oh man, my, my my whole beautiful basement studio burns down because I'm too cheap to pay, whatever, $20 for a fire extinguisher. So I would be very pissed off at myself. But I'll have to check out that I don't know, fire blanket. It's uh someone else may, if you leave a comment in the comments below, if you've ever used one before. Okay, what have we got here? All right, Wrench, as usual, the engineer has all the engineering questions. Why do smokers use fruit wood, but charcoal is already burned wood? Temperature? That's another one I don't know. I know my neighbor Travis, actually, he's done quite a bit of smoking of different meats and stuff like that, and it tasted pretty good, the ones I had. And then it was I don't know, the fruit wood just kind of gives it some extra sweet, smoky flavor. I think, what do they usually use? Apple and cherry for that and stuff like that. None of your business has a bunch of messages retracted. Is he being nasty again? And we have someone retracting those things. Yeah. Okay, another one here. Oh, Wrench was saying that you can still eat the food after the fire blanket, but not with the extinguishers. Um, hmm. Oh well. Yeah. I'm just wondering. I'm just seeing. Okay, this is kind of an administrative thing here that I've never really seen before. Is that we got messages retracted is showing up for Mr. Nunya Business, and uh, I wonder what that's all about. Okay, and then so Ranch, our moderator Ranch, he doesn't kill his messages. I never have time to read them. Okay, I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't look like there's anything nasty showing up here. We try to keep things pretty tame on the Super Pilotish channel. And so, anyways, okay, yep. All right. Well, anyways, that's about it. hmm. Okay. Anyways, that is that. Okay, it is the long weekend here. We got the Labor Day long weekend, so that means I got to change the filter in my furnace this weekend, and I will do that. I have some lying around right over there. I might do that right after the show here too. I did a video on like for me, I change my air filter in the furnace every Victoria Day. What would that be in the States? Memorial Day, around there. It's around then, May. And yeah, and Labor Day. So I changed it now. Should be good for the winter. And then I change it in the spring. Should be good for the air conditioner in the summer. So I'll be doing that. And yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything big planned for the weekend or anything like that. Having pizza tonight. And because it's Friday, and that means on Monday I'll be back, because I do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Eastern. And we'll just kind of shut her down here. And yeah, that's about it. Everybody have a good weekend. And thanks for coming in today. Thank you for watching. Bye.